This season of the Urban Conservative Podcast is brought to you by Newton for Senate, working to improve education, reduce taxes, and keep North Carolina #1 for business. Find out more at newtonforsenate.com. This episode of the Urban Conservative has also been sponsored by Case Technology Consulting. Help your business get value out of its data and become more efficient and streamlined. Case Technology Consulting. Check out the link in the description. Episode of Top of the Morning is brought to you by Edward Jones financial advisor Kelly Harmon, providing you with well-researched guidance backed by Edward Jones' extensive team and technology that help you prepare for retirement, children's education, or other financial goals. Call 252-473-1006 or visit the link on the screen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. It is Top of the Morning here on the Urban Conservative. So glad that you could join us. Make sure you get a beverage of your choice and check out the best 30-minute morning show on the interweb net thingy. I am Abdul Ali, joined by my twin brother Raheem, Architect Soto. As always, we really appreciate each and every one of y'all for jumping in the morning show with us. If you haven't done so already, jump over to tuconservative.com. Join a fast-growing online community of people that support our mission of sharing conservative values and principles in urban areas across the country. We definitely appreciate the love and the support from all our underwriters and our folks. You too can sponsor an episode, sponsor a season if you want to do that by jumping over to tuconservative.com. Man. How can I not mention getting yourself a t-shirt, a hat, a mug, or something like that, right? So that way during the show, we don't got to stop what we're doing to sell you a magnetic wallet, light, card jack, self-defense piece, all in one.
or the microderm head tattoo for bald guys. We don't have to sell you that. We don't got to sell you that.
Stop in the middle of our show to be like, oh yeah. So listen,
do you want fake tattooed hair?
Yeah. Oh, buddy. Oh, we had a great conversation about that. That was crazy. If you're a member over at the Urban Conservative at tuconservative.com, you get some of that behind the scenes content that you don't get on Facebook, Instagram, and all these other places. So listen, bro, we're not gonna belabor the point with all the salutary stuff this morning because we got some serious business to deal with. One of the things that we really, really focused on, if you've ever listened to our content, you know we were at one point not politically active, not politically aware. Honestly, if we're going to be real with you guys, as we always are, we didn't even care about politics at a certain point. We were under the impression, and I think it's fair to say we were under the impression that the world was as the left described it, in that we thought the police was after us. We thought at every turn white people were trying to get us. We thought that we were victims to society. All of those cliche things that go along with what the left wants to push on people.
Especially, I see some back and forth about this word woke, right, Ali? And I believe it was you and Brother Frank that watches the show. Shouts out to Brother Frank, right? That this term started off in a good place, right?
Sure.
And as you gain, I think the right or the conservative equivalent is being red pilled, right? I think that would be about the equivalent.
Sure.
But as we got into what it was that we got into, bro, this takes a certain level of self-honesty when you look at these things to come up out of that. So for the folks that may hear this that are currently in the mindset that the system is rigged against you, the system is designed to get you, that it's the white people that are the rich white people that are perpetuating the conditions that lead to the black people being in poverty, I need you to make sure that you understand that that is absolutely a 1,000,000% false narrative. That narrative is detrimental to the survival of your community. That narrative is dangerous to you because it will have you opt out of things like participating in voting in your community in your local elections. So that's why,
especially at the local level. And we're going to talk about that today, actually. I'm going to save you from that rabbit hole you was about to go
No
down.
rabbit hole. This is this is exactly why we're doing what we're doing today.
Right,
And
right, right,
talking
right.
about this is because the condition of feeling like there's no hope, the condition of feeling like there's no way out of the conditions that you're in. We don't want you to feel like that, and we need you to know where your actual power lies. So the left and the Democrat Party specifically do a very good job of blurring the lines of where your power lies. So
Ooh,
today, Ali,
ooh.
let them have it. Let them have it.
All right. So here's what we got, folks. The most important level of politics where your vote both counts, where your vote matters, and where it has a direct impact on your everyday life is at the local level. If there is any election at all that you need to make sure you're showing up for, it's at the local level. And why? Because we're talking about, in most cases, some roads. We're talking about some schools. We're talking about some courthouses. We're talking about police, fire, and medic.
All
We're
right, hold on.
talking about
Let's make this more accurate. We talking about when you pay and spend money within the city limits of your city, when you
yep,
for you homeowners that have tax assessments on your property and know what words like that mean, tax assessment, when now you go, oh, okay, yeah. When your bills, when your money is being allocated and spent out, when money's being borrowed and leveraged on behalf of a certain inner group of people and you get stuck with the bill, that's not cool.
not cool at all. So now, if you have friends and or family that live in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, this episode is for you. This is going to be a very interesting episode, and I want to be clear at the outset. If you do not know how local government works or how government works at all, there's something y'all need to understand. And before we watch this video, before we break down this video this morning, I want y'all to understand something. There's an agenda at every government meeting. Every government, from the Congress to the Supreme Court, everything has an agenda. And one of the first things they have to do in order for anything to happen is they have to approve the agenda. Okay. Now, on that agenda is normally list of numbered items that say we're going to do this first, we're going to do this first, we're going to do this first. And that way you could run the meeting orderly in an orderly
Hey,
fashion, right?
hey, it's on the screen. It's
A
on.
list of items to be discussed at a formal meeting.
So
There
we
you go.
clear. Okay, that's
Okay.
an agenda.
That's an agenda. So now, what happens a lot of times in government is, in order to not have, and it can be used negatively. Let's just be clear here. It is a useful tool to approve certain things, right? It is a useful tool, a consent agenda. Now go look up consent agenda. Okay. I want y'all to be clear because there are people who are going to say, well, they did it on this, they do it. No, 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 no. A consent agenda, items that are approved on a consent agenda are usually approved without any discussion, without any public input, can be done without any input whatsoever. A consent agenda is a tool used to streamline meeting procedures by collecting routine, non-controversial items into a group whereby all are passed with a single motion and vote. Now, we got to go back to this city council meeting in Rocky Mount.
Yeah, keep that in the back of y'all mind. Now you know what an agenda is, and now you know that a consent agenda. Real quick, give me an example of a good idea for a consent agenda versus a bad one.
Something routine, like the approval of the annual disbursement for the tulip festival that you make every year, that you know the number's not going to change in the budget. Along with that would be the approval of something that was discussed by staff at a previous meeting in relation to something legal that you may not be able to have public discussion about. It goes, y'all have already discussed it with staff at a work session. You put it in the consent agenda. Easy, over the plate things that don't require the burden of that stuff that have already usually been worked out is what goes into a consent agenda. Usually not items of the gravity of what's being done in Rocky Mount. That usually doesn't go on a consent agenda.
All
Now,
right,
this isn't
go
this
ahead.
I want to just set the stage here. So this is a Rocky Mount City Council meeting. There's a couple of things we want you all. There have been several speakers up to this point. As you can see, we're about an hour into this city council meeting.
And I want to also table something that I'm very uncomfortable with.
Yes.
I'm very uncomfortable with the fact that the public comments on this channel are turned off on this video.
Interesting.
I'm not comfortable with that because at a minimum, for those who couldn't possibly attend and for those who want to watch and comment and chime in, why would you turn the comments off? But anyway, go ahead.
All right. So now, at this point in the meeting, a local developer walks up to the podium and is about to give his speech. You can kill the music, Rock, because this is about to get serious. This is about to get serious. Now listen to this, ladies.
A local developer, you said?
Local developer. Listen to this.
Troy Davis. I come before you today to talk about a couple of different things. Fair housing. It's great that we're in Fair Housing Month, but nothing is fair about living on Branch Street, Clark Street, Pender Street.
Wait,
Street.
Terry. I'm gonna need you to back up.
Just
one more time.
I
just want to make sure I heard what I heard. Go ahead.
Troy Davis. I come before you
today
to
notes.
talk about a couple of different things. Fair housing. It's great that we're in Fair Housing Month, but nothing is fair about living on Branch Street, Clark Street, Pender Street, Arlington Street, or let's even go over to Myrtle Avenue, some of those neighborhoods.
What's unfair about living there is the question.
13 underserved communities. We've been talking about
underserved communities, okay?
Seems like it's been 13 years we've been talking about it. So if we would have just put $1 million a year, we could have had an impactful improvement. And let's stop talking about we need to put a housing bond or something like that. When we come up with a price tag of $35 million for a judicial center to continue to lock up black and brown boys.
Okay.
Right.
I've got a couple of red flags, but that's the hugest one. That's a big red flag.
Is that
it's a big red flag?
Okay.
And girls.
It's a big red
in
flag.
this city. $35 million divided by 13 underserved communities is a roughly, let's pull out a calculator. $2.6 million per community, per 13 communities. $35 million is what this council, full of mostly black males, are talking about investing into a judicial center to lock up black and brown kids in this community.
Okay, that's a personal attack. That's in all fairness, that's a personal attack. From my point of view, right? You're implying that somehow race is playing a part. Like I don't know this gentleman, but he's sounding very libby already. He's sounding a little liberal to me right now. I don't know nothing about him right now, but we've already had accusations of racism.
All right, here's where my problem lies. I can't.
Hold on. You can't let the video play, bro, because when you let the video play, things get said, and that's the problem. People are allowed to just keep talking. This is why it's great that it's taped. You get to stop it and go, what? Like,
what did you just say? No, you don't get to just dump.
We've had enough of that. This community won't stand for it. We need to focus on affordable housing. We need to focus on the landlords and the slumlords that are not allowing people to live their full potential.
Yeah, I don't think people think out stuff before they talk. I really don't.
One landlord that has been here my entire life. Kids died when I was in school. House caught on fire. This city failed the citizens of Rocky Mount.
So you just blame them for yo.
I don't understand. What is this barrage of
providing a simple necessity, a smoke detector. Providing a simple necessity, a smoke amount. By not.
So he's saying the city should be providing the residents with smoke detectors that you as
I don't know what a necessity is.
No, but what I'm suggesting is
detector.
So the city was supposed supposed to provide the smoke detector.
Yeah, I don't
I mean, are they? Was this public housing? Was this like a city-owned unit or something we talking about, or was this a private
Can you
landlord
go
that
back
owned
so
it?
we can hear what he said again? Because I just got to make sure we're not taking anything he says out of context
per
because
community,
it's hard to
per
follow along with
13
what he's saying.
communities. In underserved communities.
So he's saying there's all of this money. We could have split it up. Okay.
$2.6 million per community, per 13 communities. $35 million is what this council, full of mostly black males, are talking about investing into a judicial center.
What does that have to do with anything? I
But
don't understand
what
that
does
has
them
to do
being
with anything.
black have to do with anything?
I don't understand what that has to do with anything.
To lock up black and brown kids in this community.
All right, hold on. Stop. All right. Who in Rocky Mount are the mothers that are crying about their babies having to get buried? Who are those? Are those white kids that are getting shot and killed out there? Because is it the KKK in Rocky Mount out there shooting black kids? Or is it gangs? Is it the youth, black and brown kids killing black and brown kids? Is that the idea that the judicial system down there and expanding it or whatever the case may be, the idea that it's being done specifically to target black and brown kids, no, they're targeting criminals. I don't think they worried about the color of the folks. And this mentality, this clearly anti-white he has a very, very twisted angle on this, bro. This is like 2 or 3 instances already of just slinging race, playing the race card. But let it play.
We've had enough of that. This community won't stand for it. We need to focus on affordable housing. We need to focus on the landlords and the slumlords that are not allowing people to live their full potential. We have one landlord that has been here my entire life. Kids died when I was in school. House caught on fire. This city failed the citizens of Rocky Mount.
How?
By not providing a simple necessity.
I don't know what a necessity is, bro. He said a necessity. I just can't.
Smoke detector.
No, that's not what he said.
Let's talk about the real issues that we face in this community and stop talking about a damn judicial center.
What was that? Okay.
Okay, let it go.
Councilman
Got a couple claps.
I would like to correct Mr. Troy Davis.
There's a lot of empty seats in there.
Hold on. Now, here's where you're going to run into a problem, lady. This is not how city council.
And stop talking about a damn judicial center.
In all fairness, though, he did attack them personally. Like, 4 or 5 of y'all, black people up here, and y'all letting this happen to black kids. And like, I think these people are looking for viral moments. Like, yeah, I got up there and I told them.
That's part of what.
Yeah, I got up there. I'll let them have it. Like, come on, bro.
So we're gonna just stop right here for a second and make it clear. That was an attack on those people sitting up there on that diet.
Especially those black men. That was black. We just witnessed black on black crime.
Now, obviously, this guy is on the left. He's clearly on the left. I don't have to know much about him. Just have to listen to what he just said. And clearly, he's operating under the specific idea that the police and that the government there is there just to lock up black and brown boys. That's the problem. And girls, not black and brown girls that are babies that are growing up, 90% of them, almost 80-something% of them in single parent households. Most of that, let's not talk about the issues that are really causing the root of these problems. But then we have the city council that responds. And this is where this gets interesting.
Councilman Knight, I would like to correct.
Now, if you notice, I got to stop right here, Rod, and I know this might be for some people, they got to understand this. If you notice, the mayor was the first person to talk. There's something called decorum and rules of order.
Hold on, because I got to entertain Brother Frank real quick. I said the implications. When you talk to these people, when you talk to these folks, these white folks, like, Brother Frank, you're not going to play like that's not how they talk, bro. That's how they talk. That's how they give it up. You don't think that dude that say, as black men, what is the implication that he would be making? If he's saying, y'all as black men sitting up there, What is the suggestion? That he expects that from the white man. We can't play with folks like this. We grown people. We can't play like this with people. We know what the implication is. We know our folks. We know if you get a chance to talk to him by himself, it's anti-white. The white man is to blame for everything. So I just wanted to tack on that. But decorum in the meeting, Ali, you were saying.
All right. So now there's something called procedure when you have a meeting. We've talked about the agenda. We've talked about what a consent agenda is. Now you understand that this is the public comment section. You had speakers.
Can I hit him
before
with
that
this,
day.
Ali? Can I hit him with this real quick? Can
Go
I hit
ahead,
him
go
with
ahead.
this real quick? I gotta hit y'all with this because they probably don't know about this. This is what usually runs the meetings, right? So we can enter this into you guys' mental Rolodex there. Boom.
Correct. So Robert's Rules of Order, if you've never heard of it before, is how most of these meetings are run. Now, Congress uses a different set of rules, parliamentary procedure, it's what it's called. If you think of Parliament in England, it's called parliamentary procedure. It's how you would run an organized meeting. Every business meeting, every congressional meeting, every church board meeting, every meeting that you run has a set of rules.
How's that one?
There you
Parliamentary
go.
procedure is based on the principles of allowing the majority to make decisions effectively and efficiently, while ensuring fairness towards the minority and giving each member or delegate the right to voice an opinion. Voting determines the will of the assembly. So now you know that there's a decorum, there's a time to speak, there's a time when a person has the floor. Is that about accurate, Ali?
That's about right. So what you just heard was the mayor recognize the city councilman. And there's a reason that I bring this up is because when you have a city council meeting, a county commissioners meeting, a state legislative meeting, there has to be rules of the road. There has to be decorum, and somebody has to keep this professional because this should not be personal. Now, my brother and I just said this. It sounded like to us that last speaker made a little bit of a personal attack against those people sitting up there. The mayor just recognized the city councilman, and we'll go from there.
Please. Councilman Knight. I would like to correct Mr. Troy Davis right here, right now.
That's never good. When you end with right here, right now, bro, that's never good.
Dun dun dun.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with 6, including Rogers, which is hired by the city manager. And I know 3 of us didn't approve of a resolution going to the General Assembly for $35 million. The 3 of us that represent the Edgecombe side of Rocky Mount, Reuben Blackwell, Andre Knight, and Richard Joyner. And you can talk to the state representative, Shelley Willingham, who said that housing has always been our priority.
So right there, I was with you, bro, until we started doing the bang on the table. I was with you. The mayor should have immediately upon the hand bang, y'all should have heard a gavel. Bang, bang. The gentleman will suspend for a moment. Yo, hold on. You got to hold up for a second.
Did we just get banging on the table?
We got banging on the table. Now, he was attacked. I'm not. Are we not? Are we gonna be real here? Did the man just get attacked, bro?
Yeah, but a bang on the table is like if we was outside, I might have punched you. That's my thought. If I'm mad enough to bang the table, I might punch you. That's just me.
Yeah.
Knight and Richard Joyner, and you can talk to the state representatives.
In all fairness, he's telling you they weren't in favor of this $35 million, this letter going up or whatever went up to the state assembly for this $35 million. They weren't a fan of it. The 2 that you see on the screen and one other guy that you don't see right now. This is what he's saying. We didn't want that to go up there for the record. So let's just be clear. That's what he's saying.
But why?
Who said that housing has always been our priority. I'm not talking to you. Excuse me, sir.
Wait, so apparently the guy that he was just talking to yelled out from the audience, which is not allowed. You can be removed for yelling out like that. There's a standard of decorum that you have to have when you go in these meetings. Going there and yelling out and being, that doesn't win the day. That doesn't do it. But that's what happens. And so Andre Knight knows the rules. That's why he said, I'm not talking to you. But the problem is, you just said, I want to correct Mr. Troy Davis. You're talking directly to him. Then to turn around and say, I'm not talking to you. Huh.
Been our pride, Shelley Willingham, who said that housing has always been our priority. I'm not talking to you.
Excuse me, sir.
You can be removed right now.
Now that was a flex. He's correct, though. He's correct. If you yell out again, you could be removed. That's true. That's how it works.
Now we invested in you.
Now,
What?
that right there.
Hold on, let me play this on my end because your joint is all over the place. Hold on. Your joint's all over the place. Go ahead, say what you was gonna say.
That right there should have been an immediate.
What's the timestamp on that?
1 hour, 3 minutes, and 7 seconds.
All right, that's where I'm at. Hold on. Share this tab.
Let me stop sharing mine.
Yeah, let me share mine. Okay. Here you go. Here you go. Get a little better connection over here.
Challenge us. Speak truth to power.
Wait, whoa.
$35 million going to the General Assembly for $35 million. The three of us that represent the Edgecombe side of Rocky Mount, Reuben Blackwell, Andre Knight, and Richard Joyner. And you can talk to the state representative, Shelley Willingham, who said that housing has always been our priority. I'm not talking to you.
Excuse me, sir.
You can be removed right now. Now we invested in you. Every
right there.
project that you have built.
Stop.
Millions of dollars.
Stop.
Whoa.
Right? Why is there no gavel from the mayor right there? Bang, bang, bang. We're going to have order.
The anger on his face right now. See, I like body language. I'm a body language person. So I add the tone. I've been watching his hands. And this ain't about him. This is about the council. This is about, listen, bro. Watch his face as he's saying
You have
this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know 3 of us.
What does he mean we invested you millions of dollars into your projects? I need to know what that
is
means.
A developer. The guy, the black guy that came up and spoke is apparently a local developer.
Of a resolution. The 3 of us that represent the Edgecombe side of Rocky Mount, Reuben Blackwell, Andre Knight, and Richard Joyner. And you can talk to the state representative, Shelley Willingham, who said that housing has always been our priority. I'm not talking to you.
Excuse me, sir.
You can be removed right now. Now we invested in you. Every project that you have built.
Yo, bro, you're yelling at the man, though. He didn't, respectfully, Ali, he wasn't talking to him like that. The dude that came up and spoke wasn't talking to him like that. He's bringing a different type of energy right now.
Yo, there is definitely, I don't care what nobody say, bro, there's a weird energy right there.
Yeah, the dynamic between him and that dude right now is very awkward.
That's awkward.
Let me ask the people watching, do you guys watch any of the court cam videos or any of the body language expert videos or any of the I spend time in the background watching interrogations and watching things because I want to see the interactions and the psychology and psychiatry involved between human interactions. It's actually a part of politics for those of y'all that don't know. Psychology and psychiatry are part of and connected to political science. So my point being, Ali, is that when you pick up on that weird energy, I also, while he's talking, let's go back a few seconds and watch the guy on the left. Watch the look on Joyner's face real quick. I'm gonna go back a few seconds, right? But just watch his face.
Represent the $35 million. The The three of us that represent the Edgecombe side of Rocky Mount, Reuben Blackwell, Andre Knight, and Richard Joyner. And you can talk to the state representative, Shelley Willingham, who said that housing has always been our priority. I'm not talking to you.
Excuse me, sir.
You can be removed right now. Now, we invested in you. Every project that you have built.
Yo.
Millions of dollars. How dare you come here and challenge us?
That is weird. Okay, hold on, bro. Stop. So wait a minute.
This is very weird.
Why is the mayor allowing this to occur? Why? Wait a minute. I'm thoroughly confused as to why the gavel did not just that should have stopped right there. So the Mr. Knight, I'm going to ask you to suspend at this point. We are going to maintain the decorum of this meeting. All right,
people choose their words. People choose their words. I see him talking with passion. That's the problem. That's the problem. This is a city council meeting. Passion ain't got no place in there. Look up, all right, Ali, I have to do this. I know you say don't address the comments, right? But I have to, because this is if we don't do that, right? Listen, this is the problem. This is why you shouldn't be in there with no passion, bruh. Look what that say. What it say, Ali?
Strong and barely.
Bro, passion ain't got no place in us. As a leader, your passion should be contained. Interestingly enough, Ali, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Sure.
Don't we find somewhere that we should learn to subdue our passions a little bit? And there's somewhere that tells us that. Don't that sound familiar to you?
Yeah, it sure does. And but here's the other thing that y'all got to understand. When we're talking about a city council and we're talking about these people, while they represent wards, they also have a vote as to what impacts the entire city of Rocky Mount. I understand and I get that $35 million investment into a courthouse. The problem that we're facing is that this was put on a consent agenda as an item to be approved on a consent agenda. And that's why the passions are high and the things are so what they are. But how
many community centers has Mr. Development developed? What has he been developing? What has been developed that he's gotten millions of dollars? So why haven't you taken that and done that? I'm just curious. Just throwing it out there. Go ahead.
So all I'm suggesting at this point, from what I see right now, is this is clear that to me, outsider looking in, something is personal there. I don't know what that is, but all body language indicators, tone, tenor of the voice, and all of that are giving me something's personal there. Is it the attack that he just levied on them prior, those comments he just made? I don't know, but
probably
something personal.
It seems like it hit a nerve, a personal nerve.
Come here and challenge us.
Oh, that's the problem. He took it as a challenge. Well, here's the thing. Mr. Knight and other folks on city councils, elected officials everywhere, if you're not willing to be challenged in the arena of thought and in the arena of what your decisions are as an elected official, you don't belong up there. If you can't disagree with the citizens and you don't have what it takes to bear the outburst. Now, I am somebody, this is a dual speaking here. I am somebody that has been the head of very contentious meetings. And the one thing that you're not allowed to do at any point is take it personally. And that's where this appears to be, is him. Dare you challenge us? First of all, why are you speaking for these other three men? Did they tell you it was all right to get up there and speak on their behalf? I mean, and then I can't get past the point, ladies and gentlemen, if you live in Rocky Mount or know somebody that lives in Rocky Mount, this is absolutely 1,000,000% not what you're supposed to be doing. This is not it. Keep going, Rod. I just
speak truth to power.
What does that mean?
God.
What does that mean?
Come on, we doing speak truth to power. In 2023, we're doing speak truth to power. We're doing speak truth to. I don't know how y'all vote for these people. I don't. No, I do. Y'all, if you live in Rocky Mountain, you know how many of y'all don't show up to vote. That's how he's been there for the decade plus. That how long has he been there? How long has these people been there? Listen,
years.
They doing a great job of making sure y'all stay angry. Black community in Rocky Mount. Y'all don't have to know us. We don't need credibility in y'all community for y'all to go do your own research. Look, if these people been there all these years, you just heard him tell somebody they invested millions of dollars into somebody else developing the community. How about y'all follow the money? How about y'all follow the money? So if y'all three gave him money and now you offended that he would come back there, did you get a kickback? Don't forget there's an audit going on.
Oh, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, if you live in Rocky Mountain, it's something that you ought to figure too. How is it that the city council members in Rocky Mountain get paid more than state legislators? State legislators.
Say it again, bro. I don't even think they understand that.
How is it you have city council members getting paid more money than state legislators? Your Rocky Mount City Council spends more money on its city council members than we spend on the state legislators for each one. I'm saying you only get what, 13 grand as a state legislator. You get 17,000 in Rocky Mount thereabouts.
Think that now think this out, folks. If each one of them are getting 17 grand, how much money is that?
How many people are on the city council?
Was it 6 of them plus the mayor?
So let's just say it's 7.
That's what you got, folks. Let's let this rock out.
$300,000, Davis Loft. Over $200,000.
He just named his company. He said Davis
Stalling
Loft
Way.
or something. Another
East
one of
Grand
his names.
Apartments.
He built them. Okay.
Houses you scatter throughout here and you renovate and flip and raise the rent. Don't come here killing the ones that help you climb the ladder. Because one day you're going to fall. How dare you?
Where is the mayor?
And we've been fighting for housing. I was not invited to go to Raleigh to present this resolution. I was the one, along with 2 other council members, that called the new city manager and said, you're being set up. Because I asked the city clerk to pull the documents of Sue Perry, Dr. Koo, and many others who made statements not to build a judicial center over housing. Rome won't build in one day, and Zimbabwe won't build in one day. But it failed in one. These 3 black brothers been pushing housing. We've been pushing grants for people to fix their houses because of discrimination in Red Line and Rocky Mount.
Go ahead, Ali. I know you're going to say it. I know you're going to say it. He said it. Go ahead. No.
Their houses because of discrimination in Red Line and Rocky Mount.
Redlining? We're going back to redlining again?
People, y'all gotta wake up. Yo, so the man who just spoke clearly did some business. Clearly the city did business with him or approved his projects, whatever it is that he developed and built out there. He's making money. He's apparently doing whatever it is that he's doing. Andre Knight and them, I don't know. So here's the problem that you run into. A lot of these folks, because it's a city council race, what they do is they don't file campaign finance reports. They file as what's called a threshold candidate. So if we're going to be completely honest, there's no telling who's giving who money, how much money was given to, because there's no campaign finance reports to be found really for any of these city councils, things that I could find anyway. So the reality of it is this is a personal, he took this as a personal attack, a personal affront, and he took it as a challenge. Him not being in favor of it, and Mr. Mr. Davis's businesses. Now, here's the other problem that we run into, Ra. He said, you gon' fall. What does that mean? And why in the did the mayor, where is the control of this meeting? This is out of, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, this is, there's no argument to be made that a sitting city council member should be allowed to go on a yelling tirade and then say, I'm not talking to you, and then name my company properties, name my last name, name my company. Whether I agree with what the man said or not, he's clearly talking to him. If I'm in charge of this meeting, I'm like, hold on, sir, you got to suspend. You got to stop. This is this is absolutely not what should be happening in any city council. No city council member should be allowed to do this in a city council. Keep going. Just space bar. Keep going. This is.
Until Sue Perry challenged this state that we can sit on this dais and represent black, brown, white, poor, Hispanic, and whoever. We didn't have a seat at the table. It was 120 years that we became the majority and pushed housing in downtown where the core of our city was running. How dare you come down here?
Oh my, yo, bro.
And challenge us. And we've been fighting like hell for the powers that be that are rich in this city. Their families, they have generation wealth. They have starved the Edgecombe side of Rocky Mountain.
What?
See this? This is this is the tactic.
Yo, listen. This is what I call acting like an ass. Do you know what ass stands for, bro? It's called the Al Sharpton syndrome. That's what I call it, right? So listen, if you're telling me the reason that people in Rocky Mount are having social economic challenges, whatever, is because some people have generational wealth, that is the most obvious, low-hanging race baiter fruit you could go for. What does the fact that somebody in Rocky Mount's family, maybe some immigrant, I don't know, 100 years ago, came down there, started a factory or a business and did well for himself and left it? What does that have to do with the fact that the crime in Rocky Mount, the violent crime in Rocky Mount's on the rise? What does that have to do with all of the shootings that are happening as of late? What does that have to do with the feeling?
Hold on. Do you see what's on the screen right now?
Mm-hmm.
What is this?
City of Rocky Mount, North Carolina, investigative report, May 2020.
Executive summary. What is the purpose?
The Office of the State Auditor initiated an investigation in response to 213 complaints received through its hotline and other means concerning misconduct by elected officials and employees of the City of Rocky Mount. City, upon review of these complaints, OSA determined that a significant number of complaints questioned the appropriateness of operational and management decisions. OSA focused its primary efforts on fraud, waste, and abuse allegations. In addition, several allegations outside of OSA's authority were referred to the appropriate state agencies and legal authorities.
Let's deal with the key findings. What were the key findings here?
All right, key findings. Multiple city officials prevented the Business Service Center from attempting to collect $47,704 in utility bills owed by a city council member.
Okay.
Multiple downtown development managers failed to follow program guidelines, resulting in $32,452 of uncollected loans and $28,000 of improperly awarded funds. The city's engineering division's non-compliance with the city's code of ordinances cost the city $31,000. The city manager failed to comply with the city's travel policy, resulting in $1,575 in unallowable travel expenses. Hold on. Anything else? Because there may be another.
Now we're gonna get in the. So the point that I bring this up is because you guys have to be able to connect these dots as an average citizen. So when you go back to all and you put this in, put the audit and what's being proposed within that audit that you can simply get yourself. Don't take nobody word for it. Don't listen to your neighbor. Don't listen to nobody else. Go and get the report yourself and read it. Once you read the report, let's go back and listen. Go back and pay attention to what he's saying. Put all of these things together, folks. Now, I'm not making a personal judgment, and I think we've done a good job of not disrespecting anybody on this, any of these people personally, because we don't know these people. Mismanagement is mismanagement. Okay? Manipulating the system, because the idea that you should, because you have a majority and there's a lot of black people in the community, that you should be making decisions based on the color of the community doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
Now,
You should be.
now check
Go
this
ahead.
out, Ra. Share my screen here. Share
ahead.
my screen. I want to show y'all something real quick. Now, this ain't Abdul and Raheem saying that this is what happened. This is the media. The people y'all trust to tell y'all what's happening. A lot of people want to say, but check this out. Lawmakers then approve legislation inspired by the city audit. This is back in December of 21. An anti-abuse of power bill prepared in the aftermath of State Auditor Beth Wood's May 2020 report of her and her team's findings of a probe of the city of Rocky Mount has been approved by the General Assembly. Now the question is whether Governor Roy Cooper will sign or veto the bill. The State House approved the bill in a 64-44 vote Monday. Senator Lisa Barnes, Republican of Nash, a key backer of the bill, issued a news release Tuesday afternoon encouraging Cooper to sign the bill as soon as possible. The legislation addresses a need that clearly exists at a local level so that no government official is able to operate above the law without consequence in North Carolina. Senate Bill 473, if approved, would make it a felony offense for public officers and employees to financially benefit from their respective position. And the legislation went on to get passed as a result of this. So
put this in plain terms for a person who's not into politics, what that means, what you just read, basically.
Based on the state senators, based on the audit, they had to pass a law to prevent from what these people did in Rocky Mount from happening again. They had to pass a law.
What does that mean? Does that mean that the people on the city council, that there are people that we're watching right now on the city council who did things that are not in the best interest of the people they claim they're working like hell for?
That would have to be correct, sir.
Now, is that a misinterpretation? Am I twisting the facts? Like, because it'll be, you saying that because, no, listen, they did a report. The report was clearly the report. The people in question are the people in question.
No. So the argument then, because we've had this discussion, and this city council meeting is a catalyst. This is for people to see how this actually works. The argument now is that Beth Wood did her report because she's a racist. She only targeted Rocky Mount because they're black men. She only targeted Rocky Mount because she has a history of going after black men, but they're all on the left. They're all Democrats. They're all the same. They're all supposed to be on the same team. So then we have to now we have to say, okay, if this whole thing is coming about because Beth Wood is a racist, that's what this is one of the city council members who you guys are going to see here in a minute. One of these sitting city council members, this is his son, who's the chair of the NAACP locally. Isn't that interesting? She has made a practice of targeting small cities and towns in North Carolina, led by predominantly black elected and appointed official with claims of abuse of power and lack of transparency. In fact, her claims of others are the mode of operation that she and her office typically employ. Now, the entire state of North Carolina and the United States have an opportunity to see the Beth Wood that we in Rocky Mount and in other places are accustomed to dealing with, Blackwood said. And so that would be assuming she's the racist. There we go. She's doing this
and
on race.
Folks, if you are not able to separate the fact that we highlight it, because we want to make this clear, because then it'll be, oh, y'all defending Beth Wood. No, we're defending the report and the facts contained in the report. We still say that there's no way that any of us would have been able to drive away or walk away from the scene of what took place. We're all in agreement with that.
Yeah.
We're not this doesn't mean that her personal situation is her so
Yeah,
separate the
we
things.
agree. We agree that she
like
got some special state auditor mojo on that case.
now, is it possible? Hold on. Is it possible that she got that because she's white? I'm not willing to go that far. I'm not willing to go that far
No,
because
she
I
got
have
that.
to include the other factors, like she's a Democrat. Like I have to table that one.
Well,
To go there with that.
She also got that because she's the state auditor and had people with her that as soon as she bonked that car, she beat it. There was no state. She did the correct, incorrect, correct thing. All right, so let's keep going because this gets better. This gets better.
How dare you?
Yo, bro, you cannot. I'm gonna have to see you outside after this meeting for yelling at me like my son, bro. I'm telling you, I'm not cut out for this, bro. I'm not cut out to be like, all right, for the record, folks. I'm not saying violence is the answer. I'm saying that as individuals, we have to learn to get better. And I don't know if I could tolerate being talked to like that. It's all Raheem. I'm not speaking for a duel. I'm not speaking for anybody else, bro. You can't do that to me. Like I'm regressing to childhood and I'm going to a bad place when you're yelling at me like this, bro. You can't do that to everybody. You can't, I'm just saying.
I would do that again.
Yo,
that one, this one right there.
How dare you?
Yo, bro, the head shake, and come on, son. I'm not trying to personally attack the dude, but I can't watch this and not say what I feel. Like I feel like you can't talk to people like that. You just can't. I understand
that's way.
But this is where this is where not having the ability to subdue your passion comes in, because passion is not necessarily good. This passion thing gets thrown around a lot. And when you look into it, right, though he may be passionate is not what's called for in this space.
Let me ask you a question. Have you been looking at the brother sitting to the left of him?
I am uncomfortably. I keep looking over at him and I get uncomfortable.
Nah, because he's looking at him. And I kind of got the vibe that he's like, bro, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay. But that's why I said I can't look at him, because the wire, like, I wish I could just grab you. But see, this is where also this is just an observation. It appears that he must be the ringleader, for lack of a better term. He must be the quote unquote alpha male of the black leadership representation on this board, because no one else has stepped in at this point. Not the mayor, not nobody else has stepped in. And
Which
I'm looking
weird. That's really weird, bro.
I don't understand the game of playing. So clearly identity politics, right? And I haven't looked at the voter registration, if you will, the party of belonging to of the other gentlemen, the other black gentlemen on this city council. I don't know if they're Democrats, right? The chances are very high. They probably are. But the point that I'm trying to get at is that why is there no individual autonomy? It appears that he's running things. This comes off to me like he's running the show. And he's dictating what's going on. This is what I'm getting. I don't know if y'all are getting that. Most people don't even care to watch it this intricately.
Listen, this is
come down here.
This is the other problem that you're gonna run into. And I've had people say this, bro. Is people, and they're coming out saying that they've been intimidated locally, that they've been pressured in, that their businesses have been threatened. This is not a duel and Raheem saying that we've had this happen to us. There are people in this community that have said this has happened to them. And this is part, when I see somebody displaying this type of behavior publicly, yeah, in private, this might be a whole different ball game about what's happening here. And my brother just touched on something really important, folks. If you look at how this is allowed to go down, it appears he's in control of the meeting. There's no way as the mayor or the person, forget the mayor, forget who it is. If I was in charge of this meeting, or somebody that knows anything about parliamentary procedure and the decorum that should be had at a city council meeting, as a city council person, what you're supposed to do at this point is respect the position of that individual on the issue, maybe state your position. Look, as I would just like to remind the gentleman, I appreciate your comment. I'd like to remind the gentleman that I wasn't invited to Raleigh for this discussion. I wasn't in favor of it, and I look forward to working with you as we develop a solution that benefits the most of our community. That's all you were
All right.
supposed to do.
Well.
That's all you were supposed to do. That's it.
Here's what I really wholeheartedly take issue with. And again, like you said, people feel that they don't want to speak out, right? I would have loved to have a lifelong resident of Rocky Mount on the show today to break this video down with us. I would have loved to have that happen, right? And the reason why is because we don't live there. We're not in Rocky Mount. However, what is taking place needs to be exposed. This cannot be allowed to happen, because if the conditions in the last 20 years have not improved, if there has been zero gain of improvement, but for a select few that are connected directly, whether personally or through business, connected to these city council people, this is high level manipulation of the council. This is for personal gain. I don't care if it's Republicans, Democrats. It don't even matter who we talking about politically. It just so happens these folks may be Democrats. It just so happens. So again, the fact of the matter is our dog in this fight is that the people need to know what's going on. People need to understand that if they don't show up this November or whenever these elections are there in Rocky Mount, if you guys do not get your behinds to the polls in these wards and do something about this. If there's a candidate that you believe will do the right thing and has demonstrates the credibility to do the right thing, y'all need to get this person elected. Y'all need to do that. Now, I'm under the impression, based on this video, Ali, before we play the end of this and get up out of here, we approaching an hour. I'm under the impression, just as an outsider, that it seems to be a agenda that is clearly not in it. While on the surface it appears that they will talk the community empowerment, it seems they're perpetuating that very idea that white people are out to get black people. It's this idea, and it's extremely racist. It's extremely not racist. It's even worse than racist.
What you're saying is way simpler than that. And what you're
okay,
saying is
fair
way
enough.
simpler than that. It's way simpler than that. We have in real time a sitting city council member perpetuating the victim mentality in real time. That's what you got. It's just in real time.
Yeah, but they haven't done so with all that's going on with the increase in crime. Because again, what he didn't get up there and say, right? And again, I'm curious as to why it's not encouraged that, and maybe maybe this has happened. Maybe the parents of the victims of these shootings have showed up to a city council meeting. Maybe they have. If you guys know about that, please get us that video so we can put that up, post where they've spoken out about what's going on. How do the young people in that community feel about living there? And when you're talking about something like necessities, what's necessary is a skill. What's necessary is a trade. What's necessary is the ability to read and get a high school diploma. Those things are necessities. If they're going to have to put money, from what we understand, into the courthouse, which is a shambles, which apparently is costing them millions of dollars a year to maintain, I'm not opposed to the idea of a new situation if the people understand what it's for and what the purpose of it will serve and how it will benefit the community or not benefit the community, the location of this place, the feasibility studies, etc., that go along with these things. Most of the people in the community probably don't know all those things have to be done.
And right. And then you have this, and then because we want to run through this, but this is so important, bro. This whole idea of how this actually works and what's going on here is so very important, because now you have at this point a situation where it's not the city spending $35 million. Some of the money is being requested to come from the state some of this, the money is being talked about being put up from the city, but the reality of it is, without a public hearing, without public input. So what should really be happening here, and if you live in Rocky Mount, this is what should really be happening. The city council should be putting together a local commission for this building of this town, this new courthouse. It should include people from the Duke School of Law, the Duke School of Law, and the what do you call that? The Economic Development School. You should get local business owners, 2 or 3 local business owners. You get some, 1 or 2 of the city council members that are deep in the mayor on this commission. You get the consultant. You put everybody in a room and you hash it all out, and you come back with a study and a report. You make sure that the people who are looking at what the true impact of what this would be to this community, even the people who are not in favor of it, have an opportunity to publicly on the record state their opposition to it, but you at least put everybody at the table to do this. And I think the big problem people had with this one is that by doing it on a consent agenda, and I would have to agree, we are the type of people that look at where people are objectively right. And if he wasn't in favor of this going to Raleigh and being done that way, we have to agree that was the man's position. So, and I would have to agree that it should. He wasn't clear. It doesn't appear to me that he was in favor of not allowing the public to have input on this. But this part of it, keep going at this point, Rob, because it's the mayor right now should have
and challenge us. And we've been fighting like hell for the powers that be that are rich in this city. They have families, they have generation wealth. They have starved the Edgecombe side of Rocky Mount.
Yo, come on. It's just so hard to listen to this. How? Oh my God, I'm gonna let it play, man. Jesus.
How dare you ever do that again?
What?
Yo.
Yes, I'm mad.
Yo, I'm waiting.
Okay. All right. So now you've admitted, yes, I'm mad. Okay, cool.
Yo, wait. I'm not gonna lie. Cool. Right there, I was waiting for the Waffle House chair to fly into the sea. When you stopped it right there, I was just waiting for the off-screen chair to fly.
All right, just for the record.
Wow.
I know this is probably Heather's probably listening to this, and she's gonna be like, Heather's gonna be like, why did you say that? I know my girl's gonna be like, why you say that, right? But I am so glad we at 20, 23, maybe, this meeting would have went terrible if that was me. The Waffle House chair was coming, bro. Do you understand you can't talk to people like that? I don't think people understand this. I think we got into an era because
I think, know what.
I think we got into such a generation where nobody gets smacked in the mouth no more. Like it's really, we've gotten to the point where it's like that. And I'm just saying, like, there are people you can't do that to. Like, yo, you used to get popped in the mouth. You say something, you talk to somebody the wrong way. Who you talking to? Pow! Like, nah, I ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna stab you or nothing. But like, who are you talking to? Like, why are you talking to me like that? And I'm not advocating for violence, Ali, but it's just something that I see that I'm like, you can't talk to folks like that, man. We're grown men. You can't talk to me like that. What's wrong with you?
So here's my thing: is that
hold on? If homeboy got kids and he see this video, you getting sunned right now, my dude. He's sunning you right now. Yo, look at the head shake. He banging on you. My baby's got to see that. You brought people with you. They clapped. We heard them. Yo, and you getting sunned right now, and you just got to sit there and shut up. And he banging on you. Come on, son. I'm throwing the chair right back. Yo, I need a viral moment here. Come on, son.
They have starved the Edgecombe side of Rocky Mount.
Why does it sound like a sermon?
Because that's the go-to. That's the go-to.
And Jeremiah.
For the powers that be that are rich in this city, they have families, they have generation wealth. They have starved the Edgecombe side of Rocky Mount.
When you say,
how dare you ever do that again?
Bruh.
Yes, I'm mad.
Obviously.
I'm sick and tired of my own kind coming here blaming us.
I'm sorry.
So hold on. Who, sir, with all due respect, has been sitting up there for 20 years?
Respectfully.
Just who has been who, pray tell, would you like them to
If
come?
you live in Rocky Mount
Okay.
and have benefited and your quality of life has improved, we would like to hear from you. We want to hear from the people in the city of Rocky Mount in Ward number 1 whose lives have elevated and they have become successful and have become homeowners and have become entrepreneurs and have generated something while these people have been on the city council. Forget all the negative stuff. We want the positive people to come forward and say, no, these gentlemen have done an amazing job in our community. It is the safest place. We want to live here. This is who we want to hear from. Now, if you don't got that, forget all of this other flash and all this anger and passion and whatever. Forget all of that for a second. Just show me the people. I don't want to see your little center and your little thing and people come in and they fill out paperwork and you build a database and the whoop, 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 and I get all that. I want to know from the people whose quality of life you've helped improve other than your own and your families and the people you may have personal relationships with. Outside of that, in the community, I would like to know what area in 20 years has been improved. Where are these people? Where is this at? So let's just get through this because that's a simple question. And I want those people to step forward and tell us we're wrong. Tell people that they're not going through what they're going through. Tell those mothers who are losing children, both to the graveyard and to the penitentiary system, that you rallying against expanding the court, this court system. All of those families, tell them that you've been doing a bang 'em up job for the last 20 years and that their lives are better under your tenure, because that's not what I hear.
And we've been here just a blink of an eye.
What? 20 years?
Bruh.
And we've been here just a blink of an eye. Bring those who've been here generation, who took food out of your mouth and your grandma's mouth and you sharecropped and worked on their farms and couldn't get.
Oh my God, we doing
Yo,
sermon.
he
Now
went full MLK throat throttle on him. And worked in young and sharecropped.
Yo, this is it. Yo, all right, yo. And this is the emotional attack, folks. This is how this works. Because only that part gets clipped. Only that part resonates with the older black folks in the community, right? He can get away with this.
Yo, nobody. I'm not gonna say nobody. How many sharecroppers do you think there are in Rocky Mount right now?
All of this is these. Right.
How many sharecroppers?
I'm gonna expose something today. We're gonna expose this today, Ali. I'm gonna type in something. I'm gonna type in something.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna type in something. All right. Homily, Ali.
Okay.
How many people know what a homily is? How many people know what that is?
I know what a homily is.
Okay, explain to people what a homily is.
You mean like the song, like the preacher thing in church, a homily?
Okay. And what is the study of giving a homily? Right? Y'all see this on the screen? It's a commentary that follows a reading of scripture, right? So you have this study called homiletics, right? And that is the art of giving a religious sermon. Okay. That is a skill that you're taught in seminary, right? This is a skill. How to orate and do what Ali just said, the throat throttle and the whole thing. Those are tools. Okay.
Hold on, you ready? You ready, Ra? You ready?
Go ahead.
You ready?
Go ahead.
Now, I've served 20 years on this city council. And as the book says, let his time be short and another fill his office. So after serving 8 years on this city council, I will resign immediately. See, you learn how to do the breath thing, you learn how to do the tenor thing, you learn how to manage the how to
You could,
deliver that.
you could almost put a beat to it.
Yeah.
And we've been here just a blink of an eye. Blame those who've been here a generation, who took food out of your mouth and your grandma's mouth, and you sharecropped and worked on their farms and couldn't get no house.
Yo, but when you talk
Blame
to
those who have redlined and banks won't lend to people. But we
What?
vouch
Whoa,
for you
whoa.
to get money.
whoa,
Don't
whoa,
blame
whoa.
me.
Yo, he said red line and banks won't lend you money. Folks, do y'all know how much of a problem that statement is?
And this is the information that's being facilitated in the sentiment that's being developed in that community.
That is wow.
Unfortunately, fortunately, there's shows like this where we're gonna stay on top of this because we're way over time for the morning show. We approaching 10 o'clock. So we're gonna let a little bit more of this play, Ali, and then we're gonna get ready to get up out of here.
Don't blame Reuben. And I asked the question, how did it get on the agenda? How did it get to be a priority to the General Assembly without a discussion? And when the representative asked where was the representatives of Edgecombe side, they said Reuben was busy and Andre was working. And I want to say to those who went, don't speak for me if you didn't invite me. I may not never get another vote, but don't blame me for coming down here saying we're not doing our job. And we uplift you and everybody in this city and give you a chance. Don't you dare grandstand this council.
Why are you speaking on behalf of the entire council, bro? What makes this guy think? I'm just curious.
I feel like I'm personally. For all of our non-urban, non-hip hop audience, for all of our in the know about urban culture, it's a scene I want y'all to Google. Right? It's a movie called New Jack City. Right? It's a movie.
No.
It's a movie.
No.
Ali. It's a movie.
Are you Nino Browning right now?
Bro.
Are you Sitcho $5?
Bro.
Or is that where you are? Oh, wow.
All right. Do you need me to go back? Hold on. It's the energy.
For people to fix their houses because of discrimination in Red Line and Rocky Mount. Until Sue Perry challenged this state that we can sit on this dais and represent black, brown, white, poor, Hispanic, and whoever. We didn't have a seat at the table. It was 120 years that we became the majority and pushed housing in downtown where the core of our city was rotten. How dare you come down here and challenge us?
You was taking care of business.
If I was what? If I was what? Say it again. What'd you say?
Nah.
That's what I thought you said. Because that's what I got right now. Nothing. $1 million a week business. Reduce the fucking rebels.
Yes, I'm mad. I'm sick and tired of my own kind coming here.
Stop, bro. Stop. Just stop. Stop. Yo. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. We're gonna keep our eyes on this. This is absolutely
Hold on.
what is supposed to be happening.
Hold on, Ali.
Don't blame me.
That's the energy. I'm saying the energy.
And I asked the question, how did it get on the agenda? How did it get
Yo,
to be a
what's up with this?
priority to the General
Man,
Assembly
got
without
an order,
discussion?
bro.
And when the representative asked where was the representatives of Edgecombe side, they said Ruben was busy and Andre was working. And I want to say to those who went, don't speak for me if you didn't invite me. I may not
did you get
never
invited
get
or were you
vote,
working?
but
I'm
don't blame me for
Wait,
coming down.
wait, what?
I may not never get another
Hold on,
vote
pause
if
that.
you didn't invite me.
Wait,
working.
So were you
Representatives
working?
of Edgecombe side, they said Ruben was busy and Andre was working.
So was there a phone call and they said, hey, yo, bro, we need you to come on over here and do the thing? And you was like, I'm working. And they went and did the thing.
Correct. That's what it sounds like to me.
Okay. I mean, if there's
it just sounds like, okay, the benefit of being able to go back and listen to what people actually say is that you don't get to just say anything. You get to wait. It's two conflicting things there. Either you were working and the other one was busy and you couldn't go, or they didn't invite you. You can't have it both ways. Just keep going.
And I want to say to those who went, don't speak for me if you didn't invite me. I may not never get another vote, but don't blame me for coming down here saying we're not doing our job.
Not be yelling.
And we uplift you and everybody in this city and give you a chance. Don't you dare grandstand this council. I ain't upset, I'm mad as hell. Because every time we try to...
Why is everybody else on the city council quiet right now? Why are y'all letting this happen?
This is not good.
Why are y'all alive? This is crazy, yo.
Incentives and grants, we're being fought, talking about transparency, but there was no transparency for this that we are discussing today. But the city manager gracefully said we will remove it today. I'm through, but I'm gonna fight like Reverend Lee said, until the day I die and close my eyes. My life ain't been no crystal stair in Rocky Mountain. I was denied when I bought the house on Falls Road. Black boy coming from North Carolina Central. Bought a $225,000 house for senior citizens. I was railroaded, I was fired from the community college, and I was tarred and feathered. But I fought till I got to this seat.
Wait. So they tarred you and feathered you?
Nah.
I don't think nobody hit you with no tar and feathers, bro.
Nah, he didn't. Yeah. There's more
And
than
been fighting ever since.
No.
How dare you? Thank you.
All right. Councilman Javaris Walker, I'm sorry. No outbursts in the court. No outbursts, please.
Now, no outbursts?
Wait. Oh, my head hurts now.
Oh, my word. Oh, no. You can't do that, bro.
Wait. Whoa. Okay, bro. I had to back all the way up off the mic. Oh.
No outburst. No outburst.
No outburst? What do you
All right,
just
folks.
call?
I really, again, I understand. I understand. And those of you that are watching from Rocky Mount, right? We have work to do here because, again, clearly the agenda is to benefit the people that are directly involved in the city council. They're demonstrating this. He's demonstrated this on the record. This is not a claim that the Twins are making. This isn't to highlight Andre Knight as a person. The facts are the facts. You've agreed that you've invested millions of dollars with an individual who came up to question this agenda that got put up there, and maybe he came up there with some conjecture. Maybe you're correct in that you are the one that's like, nah, we ain't doing that, right? Right? Maybe maybe
That's
you
fair.
did say fair, right? Again, folks, you have to remain objective. Whether you agree with somebody's political party, whether you agree with somebody's quote unquote lifestyle or whatever that is, you don't have to. But objective fact is objective fact. If the man's saying, I don't agree with the way this came up on the consent agenda, I didn't have no input, whoop, whoop, whoop. and I'm offended at the notion that I don't agree with the manner, the decorum displayed. I don't agree with it. But it's also very telling because now we're seeing what's being backed up in the auditor's report. If we go back to the auditor's report, that the levers of the city council are basically being manipulated for the benefit of a small group of people. Okay? Factually. This is what it says right here. This is what it says. This is not us coming up with this to attack somebody. This is not designed to do that. This is what the system is meant to do, is hold your elected officials accountable. Y'all are voting for these people, and clearly the measures and the money being spent has went up. So both sides of this, there's some right in both sides of this, that the money could have been better spent within these communities that could use community improvement and development. But how that's done is a whole entire different matter. So there's some points that are used validly on both sides, but to open up with an attack, with playing the race card against the race card, he got so upset. It's like, you can't use my own tactic against me. You can't get
that. See, that's the part that I was getting at. Is it felt a little bit like two people on the same team fighting about who's more woker.
The battle of the woke.
The battle of the woke.
And guess who loses? Rocky Mount. You lose. Because it ain't getting better.
It ain't getting better. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been checking out a special edition of Top of the Morning here on the Urban Conservative. We've been paying attention to what's happening in Rocky Mountain. We're going to keep our eyes on it because communities across the state, across the country, at that local level is where it's the most important. That is where the day-to-day things that impact your life the most are happening. So again, we appreciate y'all for rocking out with us. Make sure you give us a like, share, subscribe. If you listen to podcasts on the platform and can't find us, let us know. Reach out. As always, visit TUconservative.com. Get yourself a membership. Support the platform. $ TU Conservative on Cash App. We always appreciate that love as well. We will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m. for Top of the Morning right here on the Urban Conservative. Stay tuned. We'll be back. Peace. Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at TUconservative.com.